Guys, today I will be sharing amazing news. We will have a classic arena platinum tier rewards rebalance for the swift parry set and the deflection set. And also we will have a champion training tournament starting on Sunday, February the 22nd, where you will be able to grab a perfect soul for Basim, which is probably the least interesting assassin out of all of them. So I don't really think this is worth to go for. But as you can see here, this Sunday, February 22nd, we're planning to launch a champion training tournament where you'll be able to get a perfect soul for Basim. All you need to do is develop your champions in any of the following ways: upgrading levels, ranks, ascending, and using skill tomes. If you manage to take the first place on a leaderboard in your group, there will be 100 players in the group. During this tournament, you will earn Basim's perfect soul. The higher your level, the higher the rank of the perfect soul you'll receive. From level 31 to level 40, you will be able to get a 3-star perfect soul. The minimum points required for this reward is 7,500. Level 41 to level 60, you will be able to get a 4-star perfect soul. Minimum point requirement is 12,500. And for level 61 to level 100, you will be able to grab a 5-star perfect soul. Minimum requirement is 15,000. Note, if you take the first place but have not earned the minimum points required, you will not receive the perfect soul. This tournament will last 96 hours. But I don't think many players actually care about that. The most interesting part is this right here. Classic Arena Platinum Tier Rewards Rebalance. In the version 11.3, Classic Arena Platinum Tier rewards for the top 500, top 20 and top 3 chests will see significant balance change. These chests will now contain accessories of epic, legendary and mythical rarities, mythical artifacts, 12 new avatars, 4 per chest, and 2 new avatar frames for top 500 and top 20. So I guess depending on if you place on the top 3, top 20 or top 500, the rewards will be slightly different, obviously. Now here are 2 avatar frames that you are able to get, nothing really crazy. Seems very basic, but looks clean. I'm not mad about that. And then you have these avatars here, which look absolutely amazing if you ask me. Okay, we have Galatier, we have Empress, Crixia, Mikage. I would assume that the epic ones are in the top 500 chest. Then you have the legendary ones in the top 20 chest and the mythical ones in the top 3 chest. Okay, that's what I'm assuming, and I think that would make a lot of sense. Now, here, the first set rebalance. Swift parry will be absolutely amazing, okay? Swift parry and deflection sets are getting reworked. Both will become variable 9-piece sets with new bonuses. You can see the changes below. Set bonuses, 1 piece gives you 15% crit damage, which is also already amazing, okay? If you just put on 1 off piece of swift parry, you get additional 15% crit damage. Then 2 pieces will be 8% speed, 3 pieces, another 15% crit damage, and the 4-piece bonus is pretty much the same, 50% chance of unkillable when receiving fatal damage. Any damage source, okay? Then you get 10% HP on 5 pieces, which is absolutely amazing. I don't think we have a damage dealer set yet with additional HP. That is absolutely amazing here. And with a 6-piece bonus, enemy single target attacks deal 15% less damage on the owner. 7-piece bonus, another 15% HP, 10% speed on an 8-piece bonus, and then look at this, 9-piece bonus, 50% ignore defense. This seems to be the new meta set, definitely for PvE, for PvP as well, for HP nukers. This seems very, very good. And also, if I think about, damage dealers for Chimera, 50% def ignore is a lot. We don't have anything higher than the Merciless yet, but now Swift parry actually outshines the Merciless set. The only thing that we might have to consider is that you can pair the 6-piece Merciless bonus, which is 35% def ignore, with a Zeal set where you can't do it with this one. But I would assume that 50% or 15% def ignore is more damage than 12% more damage from Zeal. Anyway, Amazing rebalance. I like that they kept the 4-piece set bonus with the unkillable, and you get a lot more stats overall, and the 9-piece set bonus seems amazing. Okay, then we have the deflection rebalance right here. Important note, as you can see, swift parry and deflection accessories will not be craftable in the force, so they will be only available by placing in Platinum Arena, which seems a lot more interesting and intriguing now, and will, this will give a lot more motivation for people to do it, because the rewards were not really up to date, right? We got a lot of new sets, 9-piece sets, and sometimes when I was placing in Plat, all I was getting was just an epic book, which is hilarious to me. So I hope they will improve those rewards as well. But besides that, now being able to get those 9-piece set accessories for swift parry and deflection is very, very good, and brings a lot more value to placing in Plat Arena, other than just to show off, where you placed that reset. Now, the set bonuses for deflection: the first piece, you get 20 accuracy, 2 pieces, 10% speed. This is pretty much up to par with the pinpoint set, as well as the 3-piece set bonus. So for 3 pieces, you get 40 accuracy and 10% speed. On a 4-piece bonus, you get 35% chance to deflect 1 debuff onto the attacker. And you also get blocked debuffs for 1 turn on round start. So it's pretty much an immunity set, okay? This definitely brings a lot more value to this set. Before, it was only able to deflect debuffs. Now you also get immunity on top. This could actually bring immunity back. So where Feral would give you a 2-turn block debuffs on the round start, this only gives you block debuffs for 1 turn, but you also have a chance to deflect debuffs onto the attacker, which is pretty amazing. Then with a 5-piece bonus, you get 10% additional speed. 6-piece bonus, wearer deals bonus damage proportional to own accuracy to enemies that block debuffs from the wearer. Occurs once per skill. This damage can remove on guard stacks. Okay, so pretty amazing set bonus. Seems like a little counter to total guard stacks if you don't hit, right? So champions that are debuffing but don't hit are actually dealing damage now with that skill if the debuff was blocked, so that way they can actually still be used against Merciless, and they will remove 1 total guard stack instead of placing that debuff, which is pretty good. This is pretty good. Maybe this will also be amazing for damage dealers that are built with accuracy, for example Carnage, and maybe he will be able to deal more damage that way. But I think, the swift parry set seems a lot more interesting for him. Anyway, with the 7-piece bonus, you will get additional 20 accuracy and 12% more speed on the 8-piece bonus. And the 9-piece set bonus, enemies ignore 10% less defense for each active debuff placed by the owner, 5% for bosses. So this works on PvE as well. Pretty amazing and very, very interesting. When I think about Chimera, the Chimera starts to ignore 50% of your defense, and, is hitting really hard at some point when you complete a lot of trials. So this might be a way to mitigate some of the damage, but I don't think it is worth to swap it for the 9-piece Feral bonus where you get additional damage, or the 9-piece protection bonus where you get additional damage. But definitely interesting and seems valuable. Now, for me personally, the swift parry set seems the stronger one out of this one, even though the deflection set is definitely a lot better than it was as well. And, I would love to try a swift parry set, a 9-piece swift parry set on my Predator. I think it would be absolutely amazing. 50% def ignore with the lens that already gives you like 30% def ignore as well. That's 80. So if Helm Smasher procs, you get to 100% def ignore. And also, you will have, the unkillable proccing at 50%. And yeah, I think this is an amazing set for HP nukers, or in general for nukers, right? And in PvE as well, with the 50% def ignore, this opens up a lot of other possibilities and options. But yeah, guys, that's been pretty much it for this video. quick news, just wanted to show you the new rebalances of those sets, as well as the champion training tournament that is coming up on Sunday for the Basim Soul. But I think this is much more interesting for a lot of people, the Swift Parry and the deflection set. Definitely join the meta now and are looking very, very strong. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. It really goes a long way. Also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more raid content. The YouTube algorithms going to suggest you a video that you might like right here, and see you in the next one.